sphere of protective energy, completely shielding her from the chaotic elements and the throne's deadly pressure high above the stormy peak. Floating above the chaotic city, Fang Yi glares at the explosions with furious red eyes. He wonders if the invaders swarming Taishi City are only here to steal the newly descended throne. Standing behind him, Su Qingying clarifies that this isn't exactly true. When the throne first appeared, Fang Yi's reputation kept enemies away, but when rumors of his death started spreading, the invaders grew bold, targeting the artifact, the Spirit Association, and his family. She explains that Yi only tried to claim the throne because she felt helpless against this coordinated attack. Hearing this, Fang Yi's aura erupts into a towering pillar of flames. He expands his senses across the entire city, pinpointing the exact location of every enemy and vowing to spare no one. As he unleashes his suffocating power, the invading forces freeze in terror. Witnessing this overwhelming display of strength, Su Qingying breaks into a cold sweat. She watches in shock, feeling that for a brief moment, Fang Yi no longer seems human. Suddenly, Fang Yi senses familiar presences entering the fight. He sees Zhang Lu, Ji Ruoyan, and allied pioneers fighting the enemy forces in the flooded streets. Relieved that his allies have arrived to defend the city, he realizes the ground situation is still salvageable. His relief is shattered when Lin Yi cries out in agony. Fang Yi turns to see his cousin coughing up blood, struggling against the metal throne's overwhelming power. Watching her suffer, Fang Yi knows he can't blame her for acting recklessly. His sudden disappearance and the throne's arrival forced her to protect the city. Recalling their childhood, he resolves to save her, knowing he could never forgive himself if she died here. Knowing he must act immediately, Fang Yi propels himself toward the blinding blue energy of the throne. Clashing against the massive sphere of raw power, he declares that a single elemental attribute cannot block his path. Despite taking damage from the pressure, his eyes glow with determination. He warns Su Qingying to shield herself before recklessly charging directly into the artifact's deadly domain. Pushing his limits, Fang Yi forces his way closer. Su Qingying looks on in shock, stunned by his fearless charge against the overwhelming force. To counter the throne's devastating power, Fang Yi's system activates a healing technique. A surge of green energy envelops him, absorbing surrounding vitality to rapidly heal his severe injuries as quickly as they appear. Bathed in this restorative aura, Fang Yi smirks, noting he finally found the perfect opportunity to use this life-giving technique. He states it is the ideal counter to survive the Metal Throne's assault. His forced entry triggers a colossal eruption, sending a blinding pillar of blue energy tearing straight through the storm clouds. From a distance, Zheng Lu and the other defenders watch the sky in awe. They see the Metal Throne's wild energy fluctuations, feeling its raw power threatening to pierce the heavens. In the flooded streets, the Association Superior observes the energy spike. Recognizing the unique signature, he knows the crucial moment has arrived and orders his men to proceed with their strategic plan without hesitation. Back at the epicenter, Fang Yi weathers the storm of energy and walks up to the glowing blue metal throne. Mockingly apologizing for the interruption, he places his hand directly on the artifact. The system detects the dense metal attribute and begins compiling a new technique. Within seconds, his dark energy absorbs the artifact's essence, and the system confirms success. He gains a metal attribute technique that multiplies his attack power, enabling a strike 3 tiers above his current level. While it leaves him vulnerable to metal attacks during cooldown, he also gains a skill to give objects or people a metal physique, boosting their strength. With the core power extracted, Fang Yi observes the glowing diamond-shaped construct in his hands. Fang Yi immediately selects Lin Yi as the target for his new implantation skill, directing the glowing golden energy toward her. The core sinks into Lin Yi's chest, infusing her with the metal attribute. Bathed in light, her pained expression fades into peaceful sleep as the throne's power safely protects her. Meanwhile, rogue pioneers breach the Spirit Association base. Their leader, a metal attribute invader named Li Mingxuan, stands on the rubble, mocking the weak defenses and demanding the local captain show up. Laughing, he gloats that the Taishi captain is already missing. He scoffs at how pathetic and fragile the city has become without the sealer to protect it. Inside the ruined lab, Li Mingxuan lifts a terrified researcher by the throat. He sneers, asking where the association members went, and mocking them for giving up just because the sealer is presumed dead. Trembling, the researcher asks if the invaders are here for the spirit crystals. He quickly surrenders, pointing them towards safe number 3. Surprised by his quick surrender, Li Mingxuan asks if he fears the association's punishment. The researcher cries that staying silent would only get him beaten, knowing the invaders would find the crystals eventually. Satisfied, Li Mingxuan tosses him down as his thugs crack open the vault, revealing a massive hoard of glowing blue spirit crystals. Seeing the treasure, he warns the cowering man against any tricks. Li Mingxuan orders his men to loot every last crystal, leaving nothing for the city. However, behind his back, the researcher's terrified act vanishes into a cold glare. He silently dismisses the greedy thieves as ignorant fools walking blindly into a trap. Settling onto a couch, Li Mingxuan plans to convert the lab into their permanent base. His subordinates flatter him, claiming the metal throne rightfully belongs to him and insisting they teach the local pioneers a brutal lesson. Li Mingxuan laughs, stating that ancient artifacts only submit to the worthy. He confidently points out that the sealer's relative hasn't conquered the artifact yet, proving the throne has rejected her. A thug chimes in, mentioning rumors that the pioneer is just a young girl. As the men laugh and plan to ambush her later, a swirling dark void silently opens on the ceiling above them. Their laughter stops when Li Mingxuan hears a strange dripping sound. Confused, he looks around, wondering if the ceiling has sprung a leak. He looks up just in time to see sharp tendrils of black energy raining down. The dark liquid pierces his men, who scream in agony as the highly corrosive energy burns them alive. Fang Yi calmly steps down from the swirling shadows. Recognizing the legendary pioneer, Li Mingxuan stares in absolute terror, stammering that his return is impossible. Refusing to accept reality, Li Mingxuan channels his energy into a glowing blue fist. He violently lunges forward, shouting in denial and demanding to know who dares to challenge him. Without stepping back, Fang Yi effortlessly catches Li Mingxuan by the face, instantly stopping his charge. Leaning close, Fang Yi holds a finger to his lips, silently ordering the invader to be quiet. Glaring at the paralyzed leader with piercing red eyes, Fang Yi coldly pronounces the absolute sentence for anyone trespassing in Taishi City: death.